Namaste. Welcome to your practice. I'm Millie. This is a yoga practice that will be based on creating space around the whole circumference of the neck, right the way from the front to the sides and all the way to the back. We're going to be working a series of postures that will help to create this opening in the neck and in the throat. So the neck houses the fifth chakra, the Visuddha, and this is a little energy center in our body, in the throat, that is deeply connected with the way in which we are able to express ourselves, our communication, our ability to listen, and about finding your voice and your own authenticity. So it's a beautiful place in the body to work. For me, each of the chakras, there are 7 in total, each of the chakras are connected to the one above and below. The chakra, or the energy center below the throat, below the Visuddha, is the heart. And when energy is flowing effectively through the body, both up and down, the energy from the heart center is able to inform the way in which we are able to use our voice to express. Let's begin by bringing the palms together and then opening the fingers out to the sides, creating like a little vessel. We're going to then bring the fingertips around the neck, the elbows are together, and we'll start breathing here. And notice any contrast in temperature between your hands and your neck. And you can even start to use your fingers a little on the back of the neck here to give a little massage to the back of the neck. Feels good, should feel good. A little bit of care that we're giving to this region of our body. You can even work down a little bit onto the trapezius, which is the triangular muscle at the base of the neck. So this practice will be an opportunity to bring awareness, attention to this area of our body and open up the energy center around the neck. It is connected to the way that we're using our voices, or sometimes the way that we don't use our voice, how we are using our voice. And I'm sure we have all been in a situation in which we have some regret about the way we have used our voice with others, or our internal dialogue we hold with ourselves. And if there is any feeling of regret or shame connected to the way in which we're using our voice, there is an invitation here to offer love to ourselves, forgiveness. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, allow everything to soften. Softening around the neck, shoulders, jaw, and then open your eyes. Bring your hands down to the sides, fingertips on the floor, and as you inhale, we're going to bring our right arm up, and as you exhale, we're going to take a gentle side bend. So much of creating space in the neck is to do with creating space between the ear and the shoulder. So as we breathe here, anchoring down the right hip and feeling a stretch through the side body, we're going to then bend this right arm around the back of the palm towards the back of the heart, and just allow the neck to stretch, the head to hang, breathing. And you may be able to feel a nice opening that is taking place between the shoulder and the ear. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center and release. change sides. Inhale, your left arm up. And exhale, allow the head to drop. So again, anchoring down through the left hip and then bending the left elbow, taking the back of the hand, the back of the palm towards the back of the heart. Allowing the head to drop, creating space between the ear and the shoulder. As we start to open up the space of the throat and the neck, we're connecting with the energy that allows us to speak our truth, to use our voice with more ability, more skillfully. One more breath here. Inhale, come to center, and exhale, release. Good. Roll your shoulders backwards a couple of times, and forwards. And then please place your left, I'm going to do a mirror, left hand on a little bit higher than your heart center. So just where you have your shoulder, your collarbone, sorry. And we're going to drop the head down towards your left side. Again, we're going to take the hands behind the back, onto the back of the heart. And breathe. So very similar to the pose that we just have done, although here you have the connection with the hand and the collarbone. So you can really feel how the neck is connected to the shoulder through the muscles and the fascia, and how really opening through the shoulders is also going to facilitate a deep opening through the neck. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale down, and change sides. Right hand leaning to your right, and then the left hand behind the back of the heart. It's a windy day here. I wonder if you guys can hear the wind, the leaves rustling in the trees. Sounds very beautiful. Quite relaxing. Inhale back to center and exhale, release. Roll your shoulders forwards. Okay. We're going to do a lion breath here. The lion breath is deeply connected to opening the throat. So hands on the knees. As we inhale, you inhale through the nose, and then with the exhale, you're going to exhale through the mouth, tongue out, open your eyes widely. Feels good. Twice more. Last one. Okay, come to stand. Come to stand at the front of your mat. Separate your feet hip width apart, make them parallel. Turn the palms to face forwards. As you inhale, bring your arms high to the sky and pause. Breathe here. As you breathe, feel the firmness of the four corners on the floor, four corners of your feet. And notice your natural tendency with the neck. Do you crane to look up? Are you shortening the back of the neck? Are you even looking down? What we want to do is create an evenness around the whole circumference of the neck. So the sides of the neck are long. The front of the neck is lifted, but the back of the neck is also long. So that might involve lowering your chin slightly. The tailbone is tucked under. The fingers are separated. Inhale here. And as you exhale now, we're going to interlace our fingers behind the back and draw your hands down, the shoulders down away from the ears. We're going to do some circles backwards with the shoulders. And then pause. Bend your knees slightly. Bring your tummy button towards the back of your body and your tailbone down. Lift up through your heart and open through the neck. Open through the front of the neck. Inhale here. Draw your hands away from your back. And as you exhale now, we're going to fold forwards for Uttanasana. Fingers interlaced, hands rising toward the sky. Release the neck, release the head, and even shake your head a little. Lifting your shoulders up away from your ears and allowing for some weight to be on your toes as well as your heels. Weight to be distributed evenly through the four corners of the feet. Release your hands down to the floor, bending your knees if you need to. Inhale, lengthen your heart, your throat forwards. And as you exhale, bow. Come back slightly so I don't go off the screen. Again, inhale, heart forwards, opening your throat. And exhale, bow down. Bring your hands to your hips. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale, rise to stand. And as you exhale, release your hands down. So we're going to do a standing balance here. We're going to do Vrksasana, the tree pose. So bring your left knee up towards your chest, lift the toes, hands to hips, and then place the foot. You can either choose the inner thigh, the lower leg, or if you're having a day that's kind of crazy with balance, you can place the foot on the floor. So you choose the variation. Every day is different. Hands to hips. We're going to move the thighs back, so lean the torso forwards, and notice that when we move the thighs back, there is a direct opening in the throat. Keeping the right thigh back, lengthen your tailbone down. And as you lengthen your tailbone down, we're rooting down through the standing leg. Again, find the opening through the throat and bring the arms high to the sky. Breathing here, the ears are in line with the inner arms. The back of the neck stays long. Inviting a deep breath into the back of the throat. Breathing through the nose. And exhale, release down. Change sides. So choosing the variation that works for you in this moment. Hands to hips. The thighs move back, and as the thighs move back, we can physiologically feel the throat, the neck opening, the front of the neck opening. Lengthen the tailbone down and root down through your standing leg. Bring the arms high to the sky, Vrksasana. And as you breathe here in this asymmetrical pose, allow for the sides of your neck to stay long, the back of the neck to be long and open. And invite beautiful deep breaths. And slowly release. Arms down, release the leg. Inhale, bring the hands in front of the heart. Lift up through your heart. And as you exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, bring your arms high to the sky. Join your palms and exhale, fall to the earth. Inhale, extend from your lower belly through your heart, opening the throat forwards. And as you exhale, bow. Now feel the strength in the legs, hugging the muscles towards the bones. You can even imagine that we're trying to close the legs without moving them. So this is what we call in Anusara Yoga, muscular energy. Notice the muscular energy in the legs. Keep that. And as you inhale, extend from your belly forwards, opening the throat as you breathe through the nose. And exhale, bow. One more breath like that. Inhale, strong legs, opening your throat. Exhale, bow. Inhale, step back, right leg coming into lunge. So we're going to place the right knee on the floor and the hands to the front thigh. The back toes are tucked under. As you inhale, move the thighs back, just like we did in Vrksasana, tree pose, and opening the throat. Lengthen your tailbone down without allowing the back thigh to pop forwards, and bring the arms into what I call waitress pose or waiter. Lifting from your lower belly up into your heart and allowing the opening in your heart to facilitate the opening in your throat. Keeping the sides of the neck long. Exhale, release, touch the floor, step back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, opening your fingers brightly. Inhale, come to plank pose. Firm your fingertips. Lift the sides of your waist. Look gently forwards. Exhale down, chaturanga. Tops of the feet on the floor. Arms alongside the body. Forehead on the floor. As you inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms. Breathing here. As you inhale, enjoy an expansion from the inside of your torso. And as you exhale, soften the back of the neck. Place your hands and push back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, lifting your hips, heels towards the ground. Inhale your right foot forwards, left knee to the floor, and your hands to your front thigh. Again, note that your back toes are tucked under. As you inhale, lean your torso forwards, which allows you to open the thighs behind you. Lengthen the tailbone down like an anchor, plugging you into the ground. Bring the arms out into waitress pose. Imagine you're holding trays of drinks, offering to your friends. And as you keep your tailbone long, allow that grounding to facilitate an opening in the lower abdomen, lifting up through your heart, and allow that same energy to rise up into your throat, even glancing upwards. Good. Exhale, release, step forwards into Uttanasana. Catch your elbows with your hands and just allow for your head to hang. Feel the length in the back of the neck, the lift in your hips. And perhaps with a lift in your hips, you can get your head more lower down towards the direction of the ground. Release your hands. Inhale, lengthen forwards, opening your throat, the sides of your neck long. And exhale, bow. Bring your hands to your hips. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chin. Inhale, rise to stand. And exhale, release your hands down. We're going to do a second standing balance here. So this time, lifting your left knee, we're going to be placing the left foot on top of the right thigh. So what happens here with the hands on the hips? What happens is the foot acts as something to push the thigh back with. Acts as a push to that right thigh. So I'm going to show you guys from the side as well. So from this position, the thighs are moving back, the butt is expanding outwards behind you. We're going to keep the head of that right thigh back and then lengthen your tailbone down. What happens when you lengthen the tailbone down is that we get this beautiful lift from the lower abdomen. So as you inhale now, tail down, lift from your lower abdomen all the way up into your heart and bring your arms high. So a variation on the classical Vrksasana pose, the tree pose. Interlace your fingers here and place your hands behind your head. So if you're slipping in this pose, you can always do the Vrksasana, which we did before, any of the three variations, the foot slipping. So the hands are interlaced behind the base of the skull. Elbows come towards the front of your mat. As you inhale, lift from your heart into your throat and push the head back towards your hands. Integrate the shoulder blades down towards the back of the heart and lift again from your heart up into your throat. Breathing here. One more breath. Bring the head back to center and slowly release the hands and the leg. And if you're wobbling around in that pose, not to worry. You're just being asked to work your deep core stabilizing muscles a little bit more. Change sides. So placing the foot, the head of the left thigh moves back. The butt cheeks blossom out to the sides, and then lengthen your tailbone down. You can feel the sturdiness that action of the tailbone creates through the standing leg. Lift from your lower abdomen up towards your heart and bring your arms high as you open your throat. Interlace your hands. Place your hands behind the base of the skull, behind the neck, behind the head. Bring the elbows towards the front of your mat. Integrate your shoulders and lift your heart as you push your head towards your hands. Taking a back bend, the tummy button is moving toward the spine, the tailbone moving towards the ground. Opening through the heart and the throat. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, release down. Good. Roll your shoulders backwards a couple of times and forwards. Inhale, bring your arms high to the sky, and as you exhale, palms together, bow to the earth. Inhale, your heart forwards, your throat open. And exhale, step back into the plank pose. Lengthen your tailbone down, extend from your heart through your throat, and lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, rise here, Cobra. So the tops of the feet are on the floor. The shoulders do a big circle, rolling back and breathing here. There is a tendency here in Cobra pose to sort of muscle your way up into the pose using the neck muscles. We want to not do that. So really the expansion comes in this pose from the inside. So with each inhale, feel your inner body expanding and lifting. And maintain that lift as you exhale and soften in the back of the neck. Inhale, notice the expansion from the inner body. And exhale, soften the front of the neck. One more breath like that. Nice. Tuck your toes and push back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. We're going to bend the right knee, bringing the left heel towards the ground, and then change sides. This I call walking the dog. Bending the left knee, right heel towards the ground, and again change sides. And change. And walk your feet forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale your heart forwards, opening through the throat, and exhale, bow. Bring your hands to your hips, shoulders back. Inhale, rise to stand, and exhale, release down. Okay. Inhale, bring your arms high to the sky, join your palms, exhale, bow to the earth. Inhale your heart forwards, exhale, step back, right leg lunge. So this time we keep the back knee lifted, the hands come to the front thigh. Lean forwards, and as you do, lift your back thigh, opening the front of the throat. Keep the lift in the back thigh, and then gently lengthen your tailbone down, noticing how that affords a lift and opening in the lower abdomen. Lift from your abdomen up into your heart and bring your arms high to the sky. Breathing here. Interlace your fingers behind the base of the skull, elbows towards the center. Lift up through your heart, integrate your shoulder blades towards the back of your body, and gently push your head towards your interlaced fingers. Keeping the back thigh lifted beautifully. Bend the front knee a little deeper. And slowly release. Place your hands, step back, plank pose. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, rise, cobra. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Inhale, bring your right leg high. Exhale, step forward, lunge. Hands to the front thigh. Lean forwards, and as you do, lift the back heel, lift the back thigh. Keep the lift as you lengthen your tailbone down, lifting up from the lower abdomen, up into your heart, up into the throat, and bring the arms high, opening the fingers. Make the breath long and deep, nourishing. Interlace your fingers behind the base of the skull, elbows towards the front. Integrate your shoulder blades, lift up through your heart, and push your head towards your hands gently. One more breath. Slowly release. Place your hands, step back, Adho Mukha. Walk the dog, bending one knee and then the other. And then come down onto your knees. We're going to take child's pose here. So separate your knees a lot, big toes together, buttocks down towards the heels, and stretch your arms out in front of you. Forehead down. Okay, come to lie down on your tummy. We're going to do a couple of Sphinx variations here. So the forearms are placed on the floor. Fingers are spread, fingertips firm on the ground. Elbows under shoulders. So tops of the feet on the floor. As you inhale, I'd like you to firm your hands on the floor and imagine that your hands are sliding back towards your hips. Exhale, relax through the heart. Again, inhale, firm your hands, extend your heart forwards. Exhale, soften through the heart center. One more breath. Good. And then we're going to make a little pillow for our heads and rest. Turn your head to one side and breathe. And then once more come back to your Sphinx setup. So this time, keeping the Sphinx arms, we're going to tuck the toes under, lift the hips and come into a Sphinx plank. Keep the sides of the neck long, the back of the neck long, the heart extended forwards. Allow for the shoulders to integrate towards the back of the heart and the heart to slightly soften between the shoulder blades. One more breath. And then from here we bring the knees to the floor and we're just going to stretch back. Forehead to the floor, arms still in Sphinx. Great. Come and lie down once more on your tummy. Interlace your fingers behind your back, tops of the feet on the floor. As you inhale, extend your heart forwards, opening through the throat, and lift your torso, breathing here. With each deep exhale, allow the back of your neck to soften. Notice how it's becoming increasingly easier to bring awareness to this area of your body, directing the breath there. As energy starts to flow more efficiently through your fifth chakra, through your throat. Place your hands, tuck your toes, step back into Adho Mukha. Feel free to make any little movements you'd like to here in Adho Mukha. Lifting your hips, bending your knees. And then please bring your left leg forward for pigeon pose. So the left foot is behind the right hand here. Lift your back knee, move your knee back and then place it once more on the floor. The back toes are tucked, you can just about make that out in my camera there. Come down onto your forearms like we did for Sphinx. And once more we're going to be firming the hands, the palms on the floor so that we can extend the heart forward. This is a really nice way to keep the torso long, creating space between the vertebrae. And once more just soften the back of the neck. One more breath. And let's take this into a lovely twist here. So this time place your right forearm on the ground, turning it out, the fingertips out to the left, and bring your left hand to your sacrum, which is that little triangular bone on the base of your spine, just above your coccyx. As you inhale, lengthen both side bodies, and as you exhale, we're going to turn to your left side. Notice if there's any sort of natural tendency in the neck, any tension, and just move your head slightly from side to side, perhaps lowering your chin slightly so that the neck can feel comfortable here. One more breath and slowly release. Place your hands and stretch back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe. And then inhale your left leg forwards. Just do this side. We just did this side. Change legs, right leg forward. Yeah, we definitely did the other side. Okay, so fingertips on the floor in front of you. Lift your back knee, move it back. So that way we get to open the psoas, opening the front of the thigh. Back toes on the floor, come down onto forearms. So sphinxy arms here. Opening your fingers, start to isometrically draw the hands back towards your hips. And you'll notice how that engages the side body to lengthen. As you inhale, lengthening, and as you exhale, allow the heart to soften between the shoulder blades. One more breath here. Opening through the throat. And we'll take it into the twist. So placing your left forearm horizontally, parallel to the front edge of your mat, your right hand on your sacrum. As you inhale, lengthening through the side body, and as you exhale, twist towards your right side. So key for opening the neck and the fifth chakra is keeping the whole circumference of the neck long. So that means both sides equally long, the back of the neck as long as the front. And if you need to move your neck and chin around a little bit, moving your head to find that opening, and do so. And slowly release. Place your hands and step back into Adho Mukha. Come down to knees. Take a seat. Okay, we're just going to stretch through the neck. So take the left hand, and I like to catch the top edge of my ear, the right hand on your thigh, and just gently ease the head down towards the left shoulder. And back to center and change sides. I like to get that little ear grip going on. Coming down to the side. to center. Okay, so place your right leg bent underneath and your left leg on top. So ideally here we want to have the knees stacked on top of each other. If that is uncomfortable for you, like super uncomfortable, it might be a little bit uncomfortable, it might pull a little bit, like the opening the hips, but if that's painful, then you can do the variation, which is lifting the knee. Okay, if not, then both knees stacked. The feet are active, which means that you're pushing through the pads of both feet. Both butt cheeks are on the floor and the hands on top. As you inhale, lift up through your heart into your throat, and exhale. Close your eyes if you'd like to. And you may like to visualize the central channel of your body, right from your coccyx to your tailbone, lengthening all the way up towards the back of the neck. You can visualize the central channel as being clear, energy flowing effectively. With the next exhale, you can make an offering forwards, lengthening the heart forwards. Place your hands on the floor. As you inhale, lift up through your heart, lengthening through your side body. And as you exhale, bow. One more breath here. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, let's change sides. You uncross and recross the legs. Knees are stacked. Feet are separated. Both butt cheeks on the floor. Open the feet. Hands on top of the knees. Inhale, find the lengthening through your spine. And exhale, relax your shoulders. Close your eyes if you'd like to. Breathing here. Visualizing opening in your throat as you make space for the fifth chakra, connecting to our innate authenticity as individuals. Each one of us a unique expression in the grand ocean of consciousness. Each one of us with something unique and special to offer. The fifth chakra, the opening in the fifth chakra, allows us to express and communicate with greater skill our own authentic nature. With the next exhale, you may like to lean forwards, extending from your heart forwards, fingertips to the floor. So it's a nice opening for the outer hip here. And again, notice your natural tendency with your neck. Are you lifting a lot the chin? Are you lowering the chin a lot? And try to go for equal opening through the whole circumference of the neck. One more breath. Inhale, rise. And exhale, release the legs. Give them a little shake there. Okay, we're going to close with a simple torsion twist. So bring your right hand to your left thigh. Right hand to left thigh, left hand behind you. I have to remember to tell the opposite to what I'm doing. Inhale, lengthen through your torso. And as you exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder. Now come back to center. Exhale. Change sides. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale. Okay, we're going to do a minute or so of meditation to make sure you're in a comfortable seat. The butt cheeks are moving back, the tailbone is rooted down. Hands can be rested on the thighs, palms down or palms up, whichever you feel is working better for you, more comfortable in this moment. And close your eyes. And allow, with the next deep exhale, for your heart center to soften. Allow the shoulders to stay soft. Back of the neck is long. Allow yourself to come back to your center. Bring your hands to your heart, and we'll close chanting Om. Take a deep inhale. Namaste.